Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you one Oracle DBA assistant tool that I've developed using Claude over the weekend. I have added some of the features, and just I'll go through it and just tell me what do you think about it. Is it of any use to Oracle DBA? And just stay with me for next 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll show you how it is. So this is my login screen. I have designed now it for only for Oracle. You see option for PostgreSQL, SQL Server, and MySQL. These are for like future enhancements, but right now is developed only for Oracle. So you give the DB connections details like your username and your password and the host name, port number 1521, and then the DB service name, and you log in. Once you log in, you'll get this option on the left side: database, instance, backup recovery, rack, ASM, performance tuning, and all sorts of things. Archive log, DB user, session, and everything. So let's click on database, and you also see here connected to Oracle and what host and port number. And there's a logout button here, and click on database. So we'll see a couple of options to just get the data. This tool will give you all sorts of information data from your database from a database administration point of view, like database detail, like the name, open mode, log mode, flashback, created, all that. Then control file detail, click on control file, it will show you control file. And then redo log details, this is redo log groups, and this is redo log members, and the total database size. Same thing for instance. You can get instance details, like the version, startup time, and the instance parameter, some of the important uh, instance parameter, and the values and all other details. And then I've not backup recovery, not added anything. Rack ASM is not added. Performance tuning is an interesting thing. So you'll have blocking logs, and then you can get top 10 SQL by elapsed time, and then you can get a SQL plan history. You can put any SQL ID. For example, if I put this SQL ID and go to SQL plan history, if I want to know the plan history, any plan changes, I can put this, and it'll show me the plan hash value and the elapsed time, and whatever is the buffer gates and physical disk gates and everything. And then wait events summary, like top wait events. Similarly for DB objects, and so all schema name and what is the object count. So you can click on one of this HR, it will give you the detail like what the object type and what status and count. Back to list. And then session is very interesting. Session I've added like one is session count. It will give you what's the total count, both inactive, active, and then session count by status, and then session count by username and status. And but there's something called session detail. So you can look for session detail by username, by SID, or OSP ID. So by username, you can search for all username, or you can specific search, like for you can search for a specific username. For example, let's go for like HR. I think I have one HR login, HR, and you can check on this. And if you want to kill the session, you can kill session here. Same for SID. For example, this is 53. Go for SID, and you have to put a SID here. And if you want, you can kill here. And then DB user, very interesting. User details. Again, you can search for all users or specific users. Go for all users. And then you can unlock user, for example, or lock user. For example, you have TBS and MP. Continue. So it says open. You can lock it, and then unlock user. TBS and MP. Continue. Unlock user. Password reset is not added. There's nothing added here. Password reset. Archive log. You have archive destination. What destination you have? Archive log details. It will give for last 1 day, and redo generation rate by hour for last 24 hours, and redo generation rate by day for last 7 days. And you can add a lot more things. I have just used Claude AI and did a vibe coding over the weekend and developed so far. The purpose of this is like when DBA work on anything, like any any issue they're troubleshooting is a performance issue or space or some database startup issue, anything, they run a lot of queries to know whether what is the current data. Like for example, we're working on a blocking lock issue and you clear the locks, for example, blocking, and then you want to know is it cleared or not, or you have blocking lock issue that wait time is it increasing. So you keep running a lot of queries. You're doing performance tuning on a SQL ID, and you run a lot of things to know what is the SQL performance right now, or you check how many redos are generated. Over the entire day, the DBS run a lot of queries like this while working on different things. Either you're running the queries on a tool, like graphical tool, let's say a SQL developer or a Toad or something, but in that case also you need to type, or if you have stored all these queries in some notepad, then you have to do copy paste and enter. That itself takes time. Or if you're using putty or command line, you have to do a lot of formatting, and sometimes you have to type, sometimes you have to copy paste. OEM has a lot of this such information, but OEM is like mostly for monitoring and performance tuning and monitoring purposes. A lot of this information may not be available. Let's say redo generation by rate or archive, but you have to switch to a lot of different screens and reload the screen, and it is a heavy tool. It's not a lightweight tool. Some pages it takes time to load and all that stuff, and all the information may not be there. So this is just a lightweight tool, so that when DBAs are working on something, they need a lot of information. So all this information can be added in this tool. So you just go and click and get it. You don't have to type any SQL. You don't have to store all this query somewhere, or it can save a lot of time. And I know sometimes you'll say that you run your query in a very customized way. For example, you run a session for, sometimes you need all the sessions, sometimes you need session for a username, sometimes you need a session, all the session for a specific service name. But all this customization you can do. If you want to get a session detail, you can get session detail by anything. You can add that in this application. So I think if whatever, and most of the time we DBAs are running same queries over and over. 80% of the time we are trying to get the same information, like what is the SQL ID's SQL text, what is this the plan hash value for the SQL ID, how many sessions are there, is there any blocking session, what is the redo generation rate, what is the database detail, is archive log or no archive log mode, what is my last redo log archive log sequence number. There is very limited, or I would say there are very standard information that we query over and over. Every day we do it. So if those information we can put in this tool, in this application, then you don't have to go to any tool, type anything, you don't have to do copy and paste. And if you want to send this data results over someone, you can take a screenshot. It looks like a very nice tabular format, no formatting needed, and you can send this information, take a screenshot of information to someone, or even better, we can add a button to just download this to some Excel or some kind of tool, so you can send it to this result to anyone. It looks very professional, formatted, and very good, and they'll be impressed. So let me know what do you think about this tool, and what more can be added, and do you think it can really help you in your DBA work? Let me know in your comment section. Thank you. Bye.